Good afternoon, students. So today we are going to take up a new chapter, and we are going to learn about accounting equation. Okay, and we'll be learning how accounting equation is being done. What is accounting equation? What is the use of accounting equation? Okay, how accounting equation helps us. Okay, and basically accounting equation is nothing but the composition of all the accounting items that we have in our business. Okay, basically the accounting items can be either classified as our asset or capital or liabilities. Okay, obviously there's nominal account is also there, that is the income and expenses. Okay, so inclusion of all these will be giving you the picture of accounting equation, where we learn about what are the terms which impact our business, which can impact the change in our assets, which can impact the change in our liabilities, which can impact the change in our capital. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so as I told you, the accounting equation will include asset, capital, and liability. The very important concept: asset, capital, and liability. So these concepts will help you to understand accounting equation. What is accounting equation? Accounting equation is nothing but it is like any other equation that you have learned about. Okay, like a plus b whole square equals to a square plus twice ab plus b square, right? That is also an equation. So in that way, in accounting, we also have got a developed equation which will give us a true picture of the business. Okay, where one side we have the assets and the other side we have capital plus liability. It says that whatever assets we have in our business is either formed out of the capital, that is the contribution by owner, or are contributed by outsiders, okay, in the form of loan, or suppliers are there, right? Or even other liabilities like outstanding expenses. Okay, so composition of all these will give you the liabilities. So like for example, if you're building a home, okay, you're building a house for say 10 lakh, that out of the 10 lakh, if you are investing say 6 lakh, you are investing from your pocket. Okay, 3 lakh you are taking from your bank loan, and 1 lakh rupees you are taking from your relatives. So here your building value, once the building is ready, so the building value will be your asset. 10 lakh of building value is your asset, so the asset will be 10 lakh, which is equal to your capital. How much you are contributing? 6 lakh. So capital will be 6 lakh plus liabilities. What is your liability? What you are taking from your relatives, that is 1 lakh. So that is uh, capital plus the bank loan also of 3 lakh, right? That is the liability. So capital plus the bank loan and collection from the creditors, collection from the relatives, all are compositely giving you the total asset. That is, your asset will be always equal to what is your capital plus what is your liability. Is it clear? So this is the concept of accounting equation, that my asset is always equal to capital plus liability, right? Now steps, how to do the sums on accounting equation. It is very simple, my dears. What you have to do is that, only thing you have to do is that you have to find out how many assets and liabilities are there in your question. Okay, how many assets are there, how many liabilities are there, that you need to find it out, because on the basis of that you have to make the column. Because one side we have the assets, the other side we have capital plus liability. Liability will have several columns, as many liabilities as many columns we have, and assets will have as many assets as many columns we will have it. Okay, and capital can have only one column. So the first thing will be to find out the number of assets and liabilities in the question. Then prepare the assets. Okay, prepare the assets column as many required and liabilities column as many required. Okay, you have to prepare the asset column as many required, you have to prepare the liabilities column as many required. Okay, and we will proceed. Clear? Then after that, you should remember that any increase in expenses, this is regarding nominal account. Okay, so since you have got here asset, capital, and liability, so the nominal accounts are missing here, because the nominal account comes under the day-to-day activities, right? So that is neither that doesn't come under asset, capital, and liability. So what is the treatment with the nominal account? Nominal account like payment of salary, payment of wages, okay, receiving of income like commission or interest, all this, okay. So in case of there is increase in expenses, if your expenses increasing, if there is expenses, then that will be subtracted from capital, okay. Expenses will be subtracted from the capital, and remember that, okay, expenses will be subtracted from the capital here. And increase in income, that is income, whenever there will be income, the income will result into adding up of the increase in income, means adding up with the capital, okay. जब भी income होगा capital बढ़ेगा, और जब भी expenses होगा capital घटेगा, right? So this is how it is done. Now let's start up with the practicals. So the first question is here: analyze the transactions and show the accounting equation from the following transactions. So first thing what we will do is that we'll find out the number of assets and number of liabilities, okay, number of assets and number of liabilities. So first one is started business with cash. So you should know, as we have done in case of journal, that way in the same way you have to find out the items. So started business with cash 3 lakh. What are the items we are getting here? One is the cash and the other one is capital, right? Like journal we have to do, okay. We have to find out the items. So one is cash, other one is capital. So one we have got asset, the other one is capital, obviously. Then purchased goods. Now remember one very important point, okay, goods will be recorded as stock. Either it is purchase of goods or sale of goods, doesn't matter, okay. It will always be recorded as under the heading stock, and it will be taken as asset. So purchase goods for cash. So one we got stock and the other one is cash is there. So cash already we have made the column. So we got it. One is stock, one is cash. Two asset we got, right? And the other one is capital. Then purchase furniture. Again, furniture is there and cash is there. Cash we have already made, furniture, the third asset we have got. Purchase goods on credit. So if you purchase on credit, what do we get? The name of the supplier as a creditor, right? सप्लायर को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? अगर उधार में खरीदे तो क्रेडिटर बोलते हैं, राइट? इसको हमें पैसा देना पड़ेगा, राइट? creditor. So one liability we have got, 3 asset, 1 liability and 1 capital. So sold goods for cash. Again goods is there, so stock already we have made, so no need. Cash already we have made, so no need to make additional column. We are finding out how many columns in the format we have to make. That is our first thing. Then sold goods on credit, and the cost of the goods were 1,20,000. It was sold at 1,50,000. What is this? I will explain you later. Let's find out what are the items here. One is the stock, and it is debtors, right? And we have not sold goods on credit, means there will be a person who is going to pay us. He has not paid us because we have sold on credit. So we have got our fourth asset, that is debtor, in the name of debtor. Debtor means the person who is going to pay us. Then paid to creditors. So creditors we have already made, and what we are paying cash. So cash is already made here. Received commission. Now commission is a nominal account. So for nominal account we don't require any column because it doesn't fall in the direct part of the equation. It will be shown as a sub part. Okay, since we have received the commission, so it is a nominal income, right? Income. So it will be adjusted with capital. Okay, how? I will show you later. Then again paid salary, it will also be adjusted with capital. Then cash withdrawn for domestic purpose, it is drawings. It is also again adjusted with capital. I will show you when we explain it. So what are the items we got? 4 assets, 1 capital is there, and the 1 liability is there, right? So we'll make the format. This is our format. Here you can see there is no box needs. It will be better if you make boxes, okay, for every asset, for every liability. It will be more easy. Okay. Now one more thing, remember that asset equals to capital plus liability. It can be written as liability plus capital, is the same meaning. Okay. Then coming to the transactions, one by one we'll start. First of all, we have to make the format. So you can make like this transaction. If you want to make a serial number column, you can make it in the left side, or you can start directly transactions. Then asset equals to capital plus liability, or liability plus capital, as you like, no problem in that. Okay. And in the asset, under asset, you should make as many columns we need, like cash column, stock column, furniture, and debtor. We had 4 columns, so we have made that. And in liability, we have only one, so only one column, and the capital only one. Now, suppose that liability is more than one, then we'll make more than one column, right? Then let's go to the solution now. How we are going to solve it? First of all, started business with cash 3 lakh. So try to understand. Started business with cash 3 lakh means what is happening here? In case of asset, cash is coming, right? So asset increasing, so it will be cash increase, isn't it? And as well as how it is starting with the capital, so capital increase. So what will happen? Cash will be plus, right? Started business with cash, and the cash will plus how much? 3 lakh, as well as in the capital 3 lakh, right? And right after the first transaction, what you will do, you will write, make the new equation. What is the new equation now? New equation is cash 3 lakh plus stock is not there, furniture not there, debtor not there, creditor is not there, capital is again 3 lakh, right? Now let's go to the next one. Purchase goods for cash 1,20,000. We are purchasing goods for cash. So what is coming? Goods. So stock will increase, isn't it? Stock will increase. And again, what is happening? Purchasing goods means again cash will decrease. So what will you write? Purchase goods for cash. First, you have to deduct from cash because money is going out. So minus 1,20,000 from the cash. And again, stock is coming, that is goods is coming. So add in the stock. And furniture, nothing, no change. Debtor, no change. Creditor, no change. Capital also nothing to change. So the new equation again. Here you can write down first equation. After that you can start writing new equation. So the new equation here it is 1,80,000 cash, stock 1,20,000, furniture no change, debtor no change, creditor no change, capital it will be 3 lakh. Okay, capital it will be 3 lakh. So coming to the next one. Purchase furniture 75,000. So one we are getting is the furniture, and obviously we are purchasing by cash. If it is not mentioned cash or credit, then we are purchasing on cash. So money is going out, right? So if the money goes out, cash will be deducted, and again furniture will be added in the asset. So what will you write? Purchase furniture minus from the cash because money is going out, goes minus, goes out minus. Okay, so minus 75,000 from the cash, plus stock no change, plus furniture will be there because furniture is coming, so 75,000 will be added in the furniture, plus debtor no change, creditor no change, and capital also no change. So now the new equation will be cash 1,05,000, stock 1,20,000, furniture will be 75,000, no change in the debtor, and nothing to write in the creditor, and capital will be 3 lakh. If you want to check it, you can see that the asset side will be, the total of the asset side will always be equal to the capital plus liability. Then coming to the next one, purchased goods on credit 60,000. So here goods is coming, so stock will increase, isn't it? Purchase goods on credit, stock will increase, and at the same time we are purchasing on credit, so creditor will also increase in the liabilities. So what will you write? Purchase goods on credit. Once you have to write on. So this purchase of goods on credit will be first of all increasing the stock, so plus 60,000 in the stock. And since it is on credit, so the liability also will increase in the name of creditor plus 60,000, right? Clear? Plus 60,000. Now the new equation will appear like this. In the cash, there is no change, so it is 1,05,000. Stock, there is an increase of 60,000, so now the total is 1,80,000. In case of furniture, no change, so it is 75,000. In case of debtors, nothing to write. In case of creditors, it is increase of 60,000, so now it is 60,000, and the capital is 3 lakh. No change with it, it is 3 lakh, right? Remaining at 3 lakh. So now coming to the next one, sold goods for cash 30,000. So we are selling goods for cash. So cash will come, and what will go? Stock will go. So stock will be deducted, right? So that is why we can see that sold goods, it will, once cash will increase and again stock will decrease. So no need to make this column. Okay, this is only for your understanding I'm showing. Okay, it is not required. Only this final column you have to prepare. So it will be sold goods for cash once it is added in the cash, because cash will come 30,000, and again stock is deducted 30,000. No change in furniture, debtors, and creditors as well as capital. So the new equation will appear after the change in cash 1,35,000, and a change in the stock 1,50,000. Okay, and after in furniture no change, so 75,000. Debtor nothing to write. Creditor it is 60,000 remaining the same, and capital also remaining the same at 3 lakh, right? 3 lakh. So then moving to the next one. After that we have got is is sold goods of cash. Sold goods on credit. We are selling goods on credit. The cost price was 1,20,000 and we are selling at 1,50,000, right? The price, सामान का दाम था 1,20,000 रुपए, बेचा 1,50,000 में, तो 30,000 प्रॉफिट हुआ ना। तो प्रॉफिट होने से क्या बोला था, इनकम होने से कैपिटल में प्लस होगा। कितना इनकम हुआ, 30,000, तो 30,000 कैपिटल में प्लस हो जाएगा। और किस में बेचा, उधार में। सो क्रेडिटर विल बिकम, creditor will, sorry, debtors will be there, right? If we are selling goods on credit, if we sell on credit, it will be debtor. So debtor will be 1,50,000 because they are supposed to pay us 1,50,000. So debtor 1,50,000 plus. Okay, goods कितने का गया, 1,20,000. So stock will be minus 1,20,000. And what is the profit, 30,000. So capital will be added 30,000. So it will be sold goods on credit, debtor increases, so 1,50,000, stock decreases 1,20,000, profit, so capital will increase of 30,000. So you can see here, sold goods on credit 1,50,000, cost was 1,20,000. So that is why in the cash there is no change because it is on credit. In stock there is a change of 1,20,000, right? 1,20,000 decreased. And furniture no change. Debtor 1,50,000 will be there. Creditor also no change, and the profit of 30,000 will be added in the capital. So the new equation will be like this. Cash 1,35,000, no change. Stock now it has decreased to 30,000. Furniture it is 70,000, 75,000. Debtor it is 1,50,000. Creditor it is 60,000, and capital it is 3,30,000. Now coming to the next one. Paid to creditors 30,000. So once money will be going payment, right? So cash will be deducted, isn't it? Cash will be deducted 30,000, and again creditor will also be paid, so it will be reducing. So creditor also will be deducted 30,000. If it is paid through check, then it will be bank account. So bank we have to do. Okay. So once you can see in the cash column, you can see that paid to creditor 30,000 is deducted in the cash column, right? And again in the creditor you can see there is a deduction of 30,000. Okay. After that, the new equation is appearing as 1,05,000 in case of cash, 30,000 in case of stock, 75,000 in case of furniture, 1,50,000 in case of debtors, and 30,000 in case of creditors. 3,30,000 is the capital. Now coming back to the question once again, received commission 3,000. Now it is a nominal account, isn't it? So as I already told you, nominal account, if it is a income, capital will increase. So received what? Commission means in cash. So received commission, once the cash will be increasing, and again capital will increase. So this will be increasing the cash and capital. So received commission 3,000 added in the cash. There's no change in stock, no change in furniture, no change in the debtors, no change in the creditors. Only capital will increase 30,000. And the new ratio, and so new equation will appear as, the new equation is 1,08,000 in case of cash, 30,000 in case of stock, 75,000 in case of furniture, 1,50,000 in case of debtors, 30,000 in case of creditors, and 3,33,000 in case of capital. Now coming to the next one. Paid salary. Now here is the expense. Paid salary 8,000. So money gone. Paisa gaya. So cash will be minus. And again it is a nominal account, expenses. So expenses se kya hoga? Capital will decrease, right? So minus from capital. So paid salary, cash will decrease and capital will also decrease. Okay, so less 8,000 will be there. And paid salary 8,000 minus from the cash, right? From the cash we are deducting 8,000 rupees. And again there is no change in the stock, no change in furniture, no change in the debtors, no change in the creditors, but 8,000 will be deducted from the capital, right? 8,000 is deducted from the capital, and after reducing 8,000, the capital balance is coming 3,25,000. The new equation is 1 lakh of cash, 30,000 of stock, 75,000 of furniture, 1,50,000 of the debtors, and 30,000 of the creditors, along with the capital of 3,25,000. Now coming to the next one, it is cash withdrawn for domestic purpose. How much? 30,000. So cash is withdrawing, so the cash will decrease. And what will again decrease? If the owner is withdrawing his money, it is capital that will decrease. So you can see withdrawn cash will be cash decrease and capital will decrease due to the drawings. So it will be like this: withdrawn for domestic purpose, once minus from the cash. Okay, withdrawn for domestic purpose, once minus from the cash, and there is no change in the stock because he did not take stock, he took stock cash, so it is minus only from the cash. अगर वो stock लेके जाता तो stock से भी minus होता, तो यहाँ पे सिर्फ cash ले गया इसलिए सिर्फ cash minus होगा. No change in stock, no change in furniture, no change in the debtors, no change in the creditors, and only the capital will decrease to the extent of 30,000. इसीलिए capital से 30,000 minus हो गया. Okay, 30,000 minus हो गया capital से. So after deducting that, we'll just check is there any more item. No, there are no more items. So what we will do is that we will make the final balance, final equation. So don't make a totaling of all. It will be done only with the last equation plus the transaction. Okay. So the equation was 1 lakh. So from 1 lakh 30,000 guns. So it is 70,000, right? 70,000. In case of stock, it was remaining at 30,000. In case of furniture, it is 75,000. In case of debtors, it is 1,50,000. In case of creditor, it is 30,000. In case of capital, it is 2,95,000, right? Once it is over, then what is asked, you have to see. It is asked that prepare the balance sheet from the last balance of the accounting equation. So we will find out what are the assets and liabilities. Balance sheet is nothing but a statement where assets are written in the right hand side and liabilities and capital are written in the left hand side, and where the asset is always equal to the liability side. Okay, we don't write capital and liability side, we write only liability side because capital and liability both are referring to liabilities itself, whereas capital is an internal liability and general liability is known as external liabilities. Okay, so now in a balance sheet, what will you do? You can see cash 70,000 is there, so cash 70,000, you write it down. Then you just make it a column. Okay, debit, like two side will be there. There's no debit and credit here, it's a statement. That is why it is not treated as an account, and we don't write debit and credit, it is a statement. Okay, so one side we will write liabilities, on the other side will be assets. So let's write the asset first. 70,000 of cash will come here, then 30,000 of stock will come here, then 75,000 of furniture will come here, then 1,50,000 of debtors also will come here, right? And in this side, liabilities of 30,000 will be there, that is creditor 30,000 and 2,95,000 of capital. Okay, 2,95,000 of capital. You can see the totaling. The total of both the sides are same. It is 3,25,000. Okay, 3,25,000. Clear? I hope all of you understood it and it is clear. If you have any doubt, then you can raise it. Please give your attendance in the comment section. Okay, as yes sir, we understood, that will be enough, right? Do that. That will be very, very important also. And please take care of yourself. We'll move with next video to the next question up from accounting equation, and please practice accounting equation. It is very, very interesting and important. It will have at least 6 marks in the examination. So take care of it. Take care of yourself also. Till then, bye bye.